I was born in Taos, New Mexico, and I was raised in a pretty unconventional family. My mom was single. She chose to be single, and her and her best friends were also single moms, and they dropped out. They were part of the counterculture, and they decided to raise us kids together, more out of just like ease and sharing responsibilities and having a support system and raising kids with the values that they believed in, which is being close to nature, trusting intuition, and taking care of family, and women, supporting women. It's been really interesting for me in recent years to really reflect back on how that story has informed my decisions running my own company and creating a culture of women supporting women and coming together. Me and my husband started Bar 3 in August of 2008. It's a full body workout, full body balanced workout. We combine strength conditioning, cardio, and mindfulness. So it's a workout system, but what I love most about Bar 3 is our absolute dedication and commitment to community and connection. We started with our own studio and put our whole life savings into it. And the main motivator and driver behind us doing that was we were lonely. We were lonely as a couple, and we didn't have a place to really plug in, and a community around us who saw us, believed in us, just as we were. And so that was really fundamental to what we created at Bar 3. People often ask me, how did you conquer your fears? And by the time we were going for it, I was not fear-based. I truly just shut out all the noise, all the external forces and conditioning that tell you what is successful, what is worthy. I just shut them out, and we operated from our instinct, and we basically scratched our own itch and solved problems that we had experienced in business and in fitness. And we didn't care about money at the time, because our alternative plan to starting Bar 3 was to sell our house in the Bay Area, take that little chunk of change, and not work for a year. So that was our plan. We're gonna move to Bend, Oregon. We had 2 little babies at the time, and be present with our children. But then once we opened our minds to that idea, we thought, well, let's take this chunk of change and create a career, a job, and a culture that feels like that all the time. We chose our location, the first one in the Pearl District in Portland, Oregon, because it's where we wanted to be. It's had a great kids toy shop nearby, and a local ice cream shop, and a place for tea, and a beautiful park, and all the things that filled us up. And so we decided to land there for our first spot. It was amazing. I mean, the whole build out was super stressful, let's get real, at least for me, and to this day with those 163 studios. And the most emotional, stressful part of running a studio is the build out. But we got through that with a lot of deep breathing and trust and faith. And that first class I taught, it was August 12th, 6:30 p.m. And 12 people came and paid. And I hadn't even really advertised it, so it was right away. I was like, okay, I think this is gonna work. I didn't do well in high school. I always like to say this because I ended up at UCLA, but I started at Santa Monica City College. And I was super lonely, tragically lonely, very awkward. I grew up in Eugene, Oregon, and I drove to LA when I was 18, and I didn't know who I was, what I was doing. I just felt like really, really awkward. And the thing that sort of saved me was I found this group exercise class, and it was an incredible experience for me because the woman who taught the class, her name was Donna. She just had this magnetic energy, and all conditioning and fears melted away when that music started. I ended up teaching at UCLA, and then grad school I did the same thing at William & Mary. I started their fitness program. And then after that, I landed a job with 24 Hour Fitness, which is a big gym chain, but at the time it was only 20 gyms. And I was running the group exercise programming, and then segued to working for the founder and CEO, Mark Masteroff, at the time, and ended up staying with him for 10 years there and helped grow the company to 430 locations. So really learned the business as well as my passion and love for teaching. I am a leader, and I am an entrepreneur, and I do think people are born predisposed to be an entrepreneur. You're going to be one, big or small. So at a very young age, I was inventing things and trying things and getting my friends to do things with me. And that's just what happened with fitness. I saw a problem in the industry that was very personal to me and specific to me. For many years, I felt like I was failing fitness. And I had an aha. It was actually when I was pregnant with my first daughter that I wasn't failing fitness, that fitness was failing me. And then I took it one step further. And the reason why fitness was failing me is that there's a disconnect. And it's not that fitness is broken, because when you study fitness in a lab, yes, you need to take your muscles to failure to build them. You need to, do aerobic activity to help your heart. It does all the good things. It is good to be at a healthy weight, and these things that we do, like when you study them, it works, right? Fitness is good for us, but why isn't it working? And my discovery for myself was that fitness isn't broken, but my relationship to fitness was broken. And our collective relationship to fitness is still broken. My theory is it's because that fitness by and large is sold by like the before and after picture. And there's an underlying message of shame in that. If you look at a before and after, the before is like, I'm not worthy, I'm not enough, I'm not successful, I'm not sexy. I don't really show up this way. But if I do these fitness products and services in this order, I'm going to get there. I'm going to be happy, I'm going to be worthy, I'm going to be successful. That sets us all up for failure. Fitness becomes a chore and we'll never get there. What we're doing at Bar 3, instead of just exercising to build muscle and sweat, we're exercising to be alive and present in our moment as a practice, to let go of that conditioning, that I need to be something else to be worthy, to be seen. So everybody, when you come into our studio, we're literally wrapped around in a circle because of the ballet bar. It wraps around the room. And we're shoulder to shoulder with people, honoring our truth. And that is what I'm most proud of, is that community and connection and commitment that everybody shares. In my experience, having a really clear vision to redefine what success in fitness means, and then our values, our core values. And that's the most important thing for us with growth, because we're a service business. So we're delivering an actual relationship and exercise class taught by a person. So our core values are what make up our people, and making sure that we protect our values with everything we have and attract people that share those values naturally. Where I am serving the company the best is getting out into the world and sharing our story and attracting people who genuinely connect and resonate with it. And that's what I enjoy doing. I enjoy that energizing and connecting, just like group exercise. The group energy is really exciting to me. So that's where I'm pouring my energy. And then the other place I'm pouring my energy is into my family and being present for them.